thought I'd jump on and have a quick chat again this afternoon with you all. Although I appreciate it takes quite a while for you guys to get notified, so I won't start talking about the interesting stuff just yet. But we've got about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit less, give or take, before I have to go. So we'll just see how it goes. Now, I do have the Beta FPV Pavo 20 Pro and the Pico 2 sat in front of you so that you can see the difference in the size. Only drones. So what I was about to say, only drones, once the chat gets going, is I've ordered, well, no, I have, but I nearly didn't order a new O4 Pro for the Pavo 20 Pro, because I think with all the smaller drones now, a nice comparison would be helpful. I couldn't find them in stock anywhere. DJI Hasselblad are on pre-order. DJI.com have them in stock, but the delivery is like 3 weeks. Unmanned Tech, Your FPV, and all the rest are out of stock. So I'm a little bit worried as to whether or not we're now going to start suffering the same issues that America's suffering. Although I don't see why it would happen to us. But I just wanted to give out that random musings. So we'll see how that goes. Interesting size comparison between these two, because although the Pico is substantially smaller, when it stands on its little battery thing underneath, it does make it look that little bit bigger, doesn't it? Which sort of closes, not bigger than the Pavo 20 Pro, but it sort of makes it look a little bit bigger than it is. So it sort of closes that gap. So it's a really interesting one. Obviously, you can see the difference in the size of the motors, and the size of the screws and the size of the props and stuff. But yeah, it's a really interesting one. I thought so anyway. So I thought, yeah, we'll get an O4 Pro, and I could not find one for love nor money. In the end, Amazon came to my rescue, which is painful because I don't like to use Amazon, especially after the incident I had with them. But yeah, the other point is, initially, I had a chat with a contact at the Civil Aviation Authority when the Mini 5 Pro came out as being over 250 grams. And they said, it's okay, weight tolerances are plus 5 grams on manufactured items, so, it'll be fine. The Civil Aviation Authority have sent an email out to somebody this week, I think it was, confirming that there is no weight tolerances. So if you are over 249 grams, you are not in the sub 249 gram category, which has a raft of implications. Now, as I've got FPV UK Article 16 and A2 CFC, it doesn't really affect me, in all honesty. But I can see that it is going to catch some people out if the police decide to enforce it, and that's the next question, isn't it? But then when I did some digging, the Australian Civil Aviation Authority and the American Federal Aviation Authority have also both said that if it's not sub 249 grams, weight tolerances and manufacturing defects or not, you ain't getting the freedom that goes with being sub 249 grams. So, I don't know, maybe will there be a class action lawsuit, I guess is what I'm asking, because I know Americans are quite litigious. I can't say that word. Is anybody in chat? It's saying that the numbers are going up, but I'm just not sure if I've actually got a proper signal. So if somebody in chat could just let me know that you're there. I'm drinking a delicious oh, there we go. It's dark times for drones around the globe, says Really Good Bad Boy. Yeah, I'm just hoping common sense prevails. I mean, as of January in the UK, it'll be a C-class drone and it will be labelled as C1 and it'll be under 900 grams. So all the freedoms that are allowed now are pretty much going to be allowed. Litigious, that's the word. All the freedoms, are allowed, sub 250 now will be allowed, except for no deliberate flyover. Tony, welcome. Hope you're well. Really Good Bad Boy. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, so no deliberate flyover. You can fly over people if it's an accident. And I guess if you just claim to be, and we all know them, not a very good pilot, I didn't mean to fly over that person, officer, sorry about that, then I guess you could get away with it. I'm so fed up with the American drone laws. I've gone full pirate. Arr, I don't respect them anymore. And really good bad boy. It's getting that way. I've got to be careful what I say and how I say it for obvious reasons. But some of the rules are absolutely idiotic. I was filming earlier on today, the Pavo Pico, the one on the right, and I put a 380 mAh 2S. Skyline UK, welcome. I hope you're well, buddy. Good to see you here. I put a 380 mAh 2S battery in it, and it took it to 103 grams. So I found myself saying on camera, well, that's okay, because if we just remove these antennas and add the low profile antennas, we'll be under 100 grams. And then I thought to myself after I'd filmed it, how ridiculous a situation are we now in that it has to weigh less than 100 grams? Like, somebody could go to a supermarket and buy a 125 gram bag of crisps or chips and drop them from a building or a great height onto somebody's head. But a 100 gram drone, you've got to have remote ID. Like, it is pathetic. So very stressful. Hello, dude. Says Only Drones. Good to see you here, mate. Bruce, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I love the Pavo 20 Pro. How is the Pico different? It's smaller. It's 2S instead of 3S. It's got 1.6 inch props instead of 2.2 inch props. But that's it. That's it. So it is in a way quieter from a noise profile point of view, but it's a higher pitched noise, which to the naked ear makes it sound louder, if that makes sense. Hit the like button, says Guideline UK. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. Thanks. I'm good. Excellent. Yeah. So yeah, I found myself like a 380 mile. Now, in fairness, I did manage to get it to fly for about 2.5 minutes on a 380 mile. But I was flying like Miss Daisy, and then I just thought to myself, what the f are we doing? Right, this is just stupid now. But luckily, we've got a couple of years before that 100 gram rule comes in for FPV. But that said, it is going to come in. Neo noise. No, nowhere near the Neo, mate. A 747 fully laden and overweight is quieter than the Neo. No offense, Guideline. I had to put the E-cap on the XT30 pigtail for the Volador. The thing was not fitting in the front. Yeah. I've got to admit, Bruce, it is a bit tight in there. So I don't know how some manufacturers do it. I assume it's robots. Like the Speedy B B25, like it's so low profile inside there, and I caught myself thinking, how the hell is that even possible that they've got half that stuff in there? Gemfan 51D. I don't think, Guideline UK, that mine will fly with those props on account of the fact I've only got 3 motors and no camera. However, I'm going to share it with you guys. Just don't tell anybody. I'm going to do something amazing with the Neo, and you're all going to want to do it as well by the time I finish with it. So stick with me, because it's going to be amazing. But the video I filmed this morning was quite cool as well, because you guys, I've got a lot of feedback. The video at the weekend didn't do as well as I'd hoped, but that's okay. But I got a lot of feedback from you guys telling me that one thing you really liked was the overhead shot with me welcoming you to the bando. So today I flew at the nature reserve, and I flew in 3 different locations around the nature reserve. So after I'd finished, I took the Mini up and I just got an aerial shot of each one of the locations. So I'm going to sort of introduce that, and I hope that adds a little bit of professionalism to these shoots. We've also got coming as well in that Pico video, the community spotlight, and it's a good one, I can promise you that. So please do keep leaving your comments to get featured. And then one more thing I can tell you is I've done another comparison video, which I hope to have out tonight, because the build videos are dying. The build video last night, I got so many messages saying, I can't watch this video, it's not playing. And then I got a lot of messages from other people saying I'd never got a notification of it. Like, and I just assume it's because I uploaded it 3 months ago, but I don't know. Afternoon, Tim. Oh, Tim, please tell people in Discord that I'm live. I completely, mate, I've had the day from hell, and I just thought, bugger it, I'm going live for a bit. Guideline UK says, tell us more. Well, basically, Guideline UK is it's going to fly properly. And not only that, it's also going to have a really, really good camera system in it, unlike what the Neo's got now. Did DJI get back on care refresh for the Neo? They actually left a comment, Bruce, on the Neo crash video saying, oh, we're sorry that you've crashed your video. If you give us your case number, we'll expedite it for you. And I spoke to Only Drones and we was like, They've just watched me deliberately crash it 4 times and they want a case number. I'm like, no, how about no? So I decided to order some stuff from China and I'm going to rebuild it myself, but I'm going to rebuild it better. And I'm going to call it the DJI Neo 2 because yeah, it's going to be completely different, but you're going to love what I'm going to do with it. Hey, Tim, says Bruce. Already done, says Tim. Thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate that. Guideline UK says that's cool. Just a man in his camera said, just make a camera module adapter to multiple quads. I have made the SpeedyBee camera module adapt to all my quads. Oh, nice. Bruce says, LOL, that's hilarious. Yeah, honestly, they replied to the video. Go and check it out. It's one of the shorts, actually, where I literally throw it in the air. And they're like, oh, we're sorry that you've crashed it. But please give us your case number and we'll expedite it. I'm like, how about no? Not a chance. I need O3 air units, says Smags. You're probably best off looking on eBay, really, or Facebook Marketplace. I'm not even getting rid of any of my O3 air units because they're still really good. And actually, that's a video I need to make. Once we actually get some blue skies, I've got a point to make about the O3. Only Drone says, cut off the props of the Neo. Yeah, that'll make it sound better, that's for sure. Really Good Bad Boy says, do you need to mess with the DJI firmware at all? Well, what I'll say is no. That's the dramatic pause, by the way, just in case anybody wondered. What I intend to do will not mess with the firmware at all that DJI have installed onto that drone. All will become clear. I don't want to give too much away because I want you to see it flying first. Because if it does what I think it's going to do, I want you to see it flying first and then I'll reveal all. It should make for a banger video. It really should. Yep, used only. How come you need a new one? I mean, I guess it's personal choice, but no DJI for me ever due to the no-fly zone. Well, Theo, if you live in a flight restriction zone, then it's a flight restriction zone for, this is the legal answer and the sensible answer. But if you live in a flight restriction zone, you can't really fly any drone in there, whether it's DJI or not. Also, if you update your DJI, unless you're in an airport, in fact, it doesn't even stop you in an airport zone these days. I don't even think it does anymore. But it's not worth it because the police have D-drone and they have air scope. So as soon as you turn a drone on, they get notified where your controller is, the serial number on your controller, where your drone is, the serial number on your drone, and then they can match that to the CAA records and yeah, it's game over for you. I have a broken O3. DJI said they're not accepting. Wow, holy crap. Do you have your pocket handy? I don't, I'm afraid. It's at home. But if you need to ask me a question, you've got about 5 minutes to do so, and I'm quite happy to answer. Unless, of course, it's put your hand next to the pocket. I live in Class B airspace. I fly every day. Class B is, I don't know what Class B is in America, so you'll have to refresh me. Bruce says, I'm close to a hospital, no flying around my place, got to drive to flight areas. Yeah, it's so if I jump in the air, then I get arrested. Yeah, don't do that. And then they say 90 days minimum for the repair after waiting for the first 90. What the? You all need to elect, right? I don't want to get political, but you all need to elect a president that's a fucking sane, because it's insane what's happening to you guys at the minute. I was speaking to a guy in the military last night who's stationed over in Germany, and honestly, it's insane. Class B is an airport. Oh, nice. So half a year to get an O3 repaired. Do they realise how absurd that is? Like, absolutely absurd. I mean, I guess they do, but... So Class B is an airport. Hello, you've got shorts on and it's very cold. Class B is an airport. So what's the rules around that? Does it matter what type of airport it is? Don't mind me, I'm just drinking my Costa in case you're wondering what the weird noise is. Yeah, half a year to repair anything is pathetic. Like, I've got no words. Just please. I mean, the problem is I don't know who the next option is after the Donald. But just please elect somebody who's a bit more sane, because I'd like to move over there. But I can't move over there when the Donald's in charge. Hot diabetes coffee. Do you know what, Only Drones? No sugar. And it's only got, I asked for 3 extra shots of coffee. The Donald. Yeah, honestly, just please elect somebody that's got a little bit of something going on about them. Only Drones, how do you think I've lost so much weight? It's not illicit drugs. It's just cutting out sugars. Not totally, but cutting out sugars has helped massively. 1 second. You get the shakes. Mate, I'm not even joking. Like, 3 extra shots for me is, ask Only Drones. I can smash 27 monsters in a row and be like, okay, let's chill. It's the largest airport in my state. Next to the airport has a 50-foot limit that scales up to 400 as you get further away. Oh, okay. I'm on the edge in the 400-foot zone. Oh, okay, that's sensible then. I remember flying over Stockport County Football Club, which is in the Greater Manchester area. As you all know, I'm a Manchester United fan. And Stockport is literally the flight path approach for Manchester International Airport. But I got clearance up to 200 metres because obviously Stockport, I think it's about 6 or 7. No, Stockport's about 5 miles away from the airport, but the zone extends past there because with it being an international airport. I found it a really sensible policy, actually. I thought that actually makes a lot of sense to say, well, we'll let you fly, but you can only fly so high. It's like, yeah, brilliant, because you're not going to be under a certain height at this point. So, yeah, like common sense prevails sometimes. And it's a marvel that it actually happens, but it makes me proud. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, they fly by wire. So why no fly zone? Well, there is no no-fly zone in Ukraine because they use them for war. So, I mean, I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly with using drones for war. I understand and appreciate when your country's survival is essential, but it pisses me off, something chronic, that our hobby is being threatened by people making billions out of war. Anyway, Only Drone says, man, I've lost 20 pounds in 10 days. How on earth have you lost 20 pounds in 10 days? And if it is illicit drugs, send me some. Rippin says, I've just read my Avatar 2. My way. Care Refresh took 10 days from filling in the claim to today. Care Refresh is brilliant. I nearly smashed into a Lamborghini with my Avatar 2, missing it by about a centimetre. And I had a new one in 4 days. It was brilliant, but that was the start of this year, actually. I get airplane alerts with my DJI drone all the time. It's cool to see them on the map. I feel like a big boy playing with the big boy pilots. I've always said that drones should have an integrated, like an ADS-B, but a transmitter like planes do. So that, like a transponder essentially, so that you can see when there is another drone on your map when you're flying around. It would make things so much. I don't know why they won't implement that. I've been pushing for that for a long time. Unfortunately, they no longer sell Care Refresh in the States. Holy shit. Guys, please, like I say, I don't want to get political, but please elect your next president who's fucking sane, because this is insane. You guys cannot create a foundry and a factory and tool the factory and tool the foundry and then, you know, skill all the workers and be anywhere near where you are now Like, I know that's the official reason for it. The real reason is Skydeal. We all know that. It's insane, guys. It's absolutely insane. He ate a drone which was stuck in his throat. Okay. Biggest economy in the world being turned into a fortress with no access. It's very similar to what the UK did with Brexit, Bruce. Very similar. Our biggest trading partner in the whole world was Europe, and we said, fuck that. Let's cut them lot off. And since then, our country has gone to ruin because of Brexit and because of the fact that we've cut off our biggest trading partner. And now to trade with Europe is as difficult as trading with the USA. I just don't know why these people are doing it. Well, I do, to make themselves rich. Your signal went and you sounded weird. Maybe I was just sounding weird anyway. I'm just checking for the gates opening. Yeah, maybe I'm just sounding weird anyway. In fact, the gates are going to open any second now. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me on my random ramblings this afternoon. Hopefully we'll get a video out tonight. Peace out, everybody. Thank you so much, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace out.